My name's Paul Morrell. I am 69 years old. Most of my life I've had a lot of hobbies. At the moment, or in the past, recent past, I would include golf when I was young, darts when I was just after I'd discovered alcohol, and scuba diving, then model making. I was very greedy. I never stopped working, sometimes 80, 90 hours a week. During this time, it became apparent I needed to stop drinking and smoking, which I did. And I was roughly about 35 years old when I stopped drinking and smoking, maybe less. But that's basically what I was like before I met God. After I met God, I was a very different person. I never paid much notice to anything but work. Julie and Lisa, I didn't really bother about religion so much then. Although as a young boy, I was in the Boys Brigade, and Boys Brigade is a religious organisation for boys, a bit like a military-style religious organisation. Easter was about chocolate for me, in the shape of an egg. I didn't really think much about God at the time, even though I'd been to church as a young boy. I've been very digital in my life. Everything is either on or off. When I do something, it's on 100%. When I don't, it's off 100%. You'll see later on why I'm like this. Easter was a time of, apart from the chocolate in the shape of an egg, I don't really want to go too deep into this, but my mum and dad were not very nice. And the size of the Easter eggs donated how much love and attention one child in our family got. And my chocolate Easter egg never lasted me very long because it was never very big. Easter was another time for me to see really injustice in my family. It affected me, and it has affected me the way I treat people all the way, what I learned from these things in the past. So Easter was just another like Christmas, where I got a lot less than anybody else. And it was very heartbreaking. It never meant a lot to me because of this. I was a choir boy when I was around 10 years of age. I hated it, really. It was my parents who made me go to church to be a choir boy, as to go anywhere else they could possibly get me into, so that I wasn't under the feet. We used to go to church. I used to hide in the toilets to try and get something back at my parents. It was really not a nice time. My first real experience with religion was when I joined the army. The chaplain of our battalion wanted my platoon to go and spend some time with him. 10 young lads. I was 13, 14 years old, and one chaplain, and we all dreaded it. We'd talked for days before, oh no, we've got to go and sit with the chaplain. We're going to absolutely what we're going to do. And when we got there, it was wonderful. It was something unexplainable to me, what he did. And what he did was, he played Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water album, which was the album of the day. And he linked it to God. Every track, he picked a part out of the track to link it. And it just made me feel maybe there's somebody, there is something in this, and there is somebody there who is actually looking over me. And not like my parents, somebody nice, someone who loved me and I could love back. And that's really my first experience with religion that I actually partook in and really enjoyed. The bridge to me was wonderful when I came in, because I walked into a room of people where nobody wanted anything from me. Nobody wanted anything bad for me. Because of my childhood, and I've explained my childhood in this, you constantly scan people. And I couldn't believe I walked into a room of people that were really nice. Before I spoke to anyone, I realised everyone was really nice. And when they said nice things, they truly meant nice things. And this was very new to me. I was on my own before then. From it. I was married, but my wife was lovely, and I never argue with her or anything like that. We had a wonderful time. I'm only referring to people outside of my family unit. And I'm really happy when the bridge came along, and look forward to it every week. And you just know that, again, someone's up there helping me to be the person I can be, rather than the frightened little boy hiding behind the sofa or listening for the stairs to see if my dad was coming upstairs. I wasn't that boy anymore. I was my own person in a place where everything around was fluffy clouds, if you know what I mean. Well, I never went to church, and really to worship until really I was about 67 years old. Before then, I used to talk to God. Just when I was on my own. But when I was 67, I started to go to Hull Minster to talk to God, because I thought it would be better if I went to God's place rather than him coming to me. So I went to the Minster quite regularly if I had to pray for someone, and I would kneel down or just stand there sometimes and talk to God. And I believe God talked back to me, and I felt God a lot more than I've ever felt him before. A couple of Sundays ago, I came to church, or probably last Sunday, maybe last Sunday. My memory's not very good for days. I don't do days very well. But we had a service, was really good, as usual. But at the end, my friend Dan came to me, and he laid his hands on me, and he prayed for me. And the room was very cold. We'd gone past our time, and the heating had gone off, and I feel the cold very, very, very soon. The heating goes off. And as soon as Dan touched me, I became warm. It was unbelievable. It was like, from Dan, heat had gone into my body and made me warm. And again, another one of those unexplainable things that I accept now are just channeled through people to me from God. And It was a lovely day. One of the best church services I've ever had. My life has changed dramatically since I met Jesus. If I was to write one word, which would be my way because of being dyslexic, you don't really like to do a lot of writing, I would aptly phrase it in one word and that would be happiness. I am now happy. In everything I do, happy. I find joy in helping others whenever I can. I love us to see a sincere smile from somebody I've helped. I'm happy with what I am. I'm happy with what I see in the mirror. My life is now happiness. I've got two families. I've got Lisa, the boys, Julie, not in that order, especially if she's listening to this or watching this, not in that order. I'll probably put Julie first. But my church family, very important to me because I've got another, shall we say, batch of siblings, honorary siblings who love me, honorary friends who truly care for me, honorary friends that look out for me and ask me if anything's wrong with me when they see I'm down, because I'm not usually down. I can never, ever, hand on heart, I can never say anytime my mother or father would ask me what is wrong with me. In here, I've been asked quite a lot. If I don't look right, somebody says that you don't look too well, you all right? Never had that in my life, never. I get that all the time now. You can't put a price on it. It's just free wonderfulness. This is quite an important thing. If you want to know about the Bible, you want to know about Jesus and about God, no churches, however big or small, charge you to attend a service. Everything you need to go to church, you already have. No one pressures you to go to church. You go there on your free will. You can leave at any time on your free will. No one will ask you where you're going unless they're concerned about your welfare, which I find, again, very good. But if you find God, the rewards are absolutely life-changing. I know, because my life was changed by God. Jesus died for us so we can see the miracle of life, not all the other things what goes along with it. Life is a miracle, and enjoying it because of God is the best miracle of all.